Merry Christmas, Katie.
Oh, Merry Christmas. You look like you give me a hug. Are you trying to give me a hug?
Yeah. How did you know by me just staring at you?
You were like...
I was like wanting to give you a hug, but then there's like this snack in between us, and I'm worried it's going to spill. Oh.
That was so funny. I could just
you could tell.
See it in your eyes.
Okay.
Just like, are we going to do this?
Oh my gosh, when I left my internship, one of the managers was like that. She was like, I was just staring. I'm like, bye. She's like, do you want a hug? I'm like, yeah. She could tell that I wanted to give a hug. I'm a hugger.
You give these like puppy eyes.
Aw.
It's kind of cute, actually.
But isn't this amazing?
Yeah.
Christmas.
Christmas is here.
And, some people out there, some of our listeners may not celebrate, but a lot of people still get in the holiday spirit around this time. And I just want to give a shout out to anyone that this is a rough time for them. Maybe they've lost family. Maybe their family was never close, and so they saw everyone else's family close. Like, I think this can be a hard time too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I just want to say that thank you for spending this time with us, whether you're listening now or on Boxing Day or on New Year's. I just thank you for listening. That is the best gift of all for us.
Notice how I said I'm thankful.
Oh, what am I supposed to say?
This is a we. We are thankful.
Oh, no, I think we said we are.
No.
Let's rewind. But I just want to say that thank you for spending this time with us, whether you're listening now or on Boxing Day or on New Year's. I just thank you for listening. That is the best gift of all for us.
Jerk. But, you are right, though. That's nice to acknowledge that because it's like Valentine's Day. For some people, it's a great time of year, and for some people, it's a lonely time
Ryan,
of year.
It's lonely.
Hey, Valentine's Day is a few months away. You've got time.
But this is amazing, and I just want to say that I'm glad that I have you in my life, and I'm grateful for you.
Oh, yeah, back at ya.
So, how are you spending the holidays?
I am spending the holidays at home with my family. I live
with your boyfriend.
Yeah, well, I live with my boyfriend and our 5 animals, and then my parents live in town. So, so does his family. So I'm sure going to both houses and spending time with loved ones and animals.
Oh, isn't it amazing that I'm sure your animals are the same because you spent Christmas with them last Christmas, right?
Yes.
Okay, so a year. Wow, it's been a year. Crazy.
I know, crazy.
It's interesting how excited animals get about Christmas too. Why do they not? Do our dogs get excited and they know?
Well, you shoot music videos every year. That's probably why.
They know that the music video's
coming.
It's
like, oh my God, it's that time where these people get together and dance and sing.
No, our dogs get excited. Your dogs don't kind of get all excited? Is that weird? Maybe our family's the only one.
Well, your family's the only family I know that makes a full-on music video.
Well, Santa also gets them their own doggy stockings, so maybe that's why too.
Oh,
yeah!
Wow,
you should do that this year.
I thought
you should
it was
ask
Santa.
Oh, sorry, I was gonna say you should ask Santa to do that.
So I should go sit on a man's knee, in a public setting and tell him what I want.
I mean, that's every Saturday afternoon for me. So just kidding.
Whoa. Okay, so Ryan, what are we talking about today on Christmas Day?
Oh, that's so cute.
Wow, you really love...
Her microphone just fell off.
You really like festive stuff.
I love Christmas. I'm not into Halloween. I think Halloween brings out all the... No offense to anyone that's obsessed with Halloween, but I think it brings out the people that have issues. Not everyone.
Ryan,
not everyone that celebrates it, but I think the people that have issues go out there because they can wear a mask and be crazy and no consequences and
do you have any
blood
context?
all over themselves. I just don't. Okay. I just don't really like Halloween. It was never huge in our family. We would still go trick-or-treating.
I'm not huge on Halloween either.
No, we would have a pumpkin and maybe some fake cobwebs on the house, but it was never a huge production. Whereas Christmas, maybe this is the context, Christmas was always a huge deal in my family. And my mom especially, she still loves decorating the house with everything and the big Christmas tree and all the cute little ornaments and still ornaments from when we're a baby. And it's very meaningful.
Oh,
for me and
yeah,
my family.
it's sentimental. I feel like there's a lot of people that would agree with you. Christmas is the big one.
Yeah.
The only problem is I wish Christmas was later on because people don't mind when it's cold because Christmas is coming up and then it's over and then
it's cold.
And then it's like freezing.
I think
Imagine if it was in like February.
Well, I think more what I would like is that keep it the same and then after January 1st, it's spring and it gets warm again.
Okay, well that's just changing like
What?
That's a lot. Like that's impossible.
Oh
yeah,
my
like
gosh.
we can't make it spring in January, but we could move Christmas. I guess you can't because it has to do with Jesus.
Yeah, I think people would. I feel like isn't there debate about when like Christmas officially is, like when Jesus' birth is?
Why
the way
can't
the
it be
calendars
February
work?
4th?
Like I feel like some cultures celebrate like Christmas differently. Like isn't there Orthodox Christmas or is that? No, that's no. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Is it Orthodox Easter?
I don't know.
Okay. I could be totally wrong. Let's scratch that out.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'll be doing for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Jeff and I decided to not do elaborate gifts this year.
But you're still doing something.
Yeah. I mean, of course. It's always nice to unwrap, open.
Yeah. Yep.
Open,
Unwrap.
Something.
Yeah.
And I love sentimental words. So like it doesn't even have to be on a nice card, even if it's a piece of paper. We actually have on our fridge all the letters that we've written back and forth to each other. Yeah, they're just like
how many is
held
there?
up by a magnet. There's more from me, but there's probably like 10 there.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah, I love
that.
I love that.
So what does he just like leave notes around the house for you sometimes? Or
No, yeah, sometimes we'll like not around the house like a scavenger hunt, but like just to, like if one of us is leaving one day and I don't know, we just see a piece of paper and a pen, just, love you or whatever.
Oh, so is it like I'm going to the grocery store, see you soon?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you them sometime. But yeah, no, we're going away this year to get away. It's just somewhere warm.
I mean next year.
Next year, yeah.
Right?
Sorry,
Where are you going?
I think the Mayan Riviera in Mexico. That's what we're really hoping for.
When?
I'd like to get away in February, the beginning of February, before March break and everything, and it's so crappy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how about you? What does your Christmas morning look like?
My Christmas is always with the family, like immediate family, mom, dad, brother, sister, and the dogs. We always do that. Like we usually, wherever my parents are, we usually sleep there for the night. I know everyone's scattered kind of all over the place now, but I think that we'll probably keep that tradition alive. And then usually we open gifts, hang out, and then we usually meet with the grandparents and spend some time with them. And then Boxing Day is usually the other family, like cousins and things like that.
Do you have a lot of family that lives around here, like cousins?
Cousins are kind of all like over Ontario for the most part. So like,
Ontario's a huge province.
Yeah, okay, like not far, like within an hour of Toronto.
Oh, okay. Thing.
So we'll go and we'll meet up and do something with like extended family.
That's nice.
Yeah, so for me, Christmas is always family focused, and my sister has a boyfriend and my brother has a girlfriend, and like I'm single, so I'm sure the couples will be in it somehow, and who knows, maybe I'll get a boyfriend by New Year's. We'll see.
The goal is not to get a boyfriend. The goal is to be happy.
Okay, well, there you go.
So there you go.
Hopefully I'll be happy by New Year's. No, I'm just kidding. No, everything's going pretty well right now. So
good.
And I'm glad that I have someone like you in my life, because like even the other day when I was feeling kind of down, I listened to the podcast, and no matter how, and I was going to tweet about this, but I'm like, hopefully this isn't too erratic, but no matter how many listeners we have, which it's amazing that people continue to listen to us. I love it.
Yeah.
But no matter what, this is kind of, I don't know if you feel the same, but this is kind of like a journal to me. Like listening back and seeing the progression of like both of our lives over the last year.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll think about it like this now.
It is.
It's like
I'm
a
totally
journal.
Thinking about it
like
that.
I'll listen to old episodes sometimes, especially if I'm feeling down, and like Katie's laugh people have said this about your laugh. They love your laugh.
You love my laugh, guys?
But yeah, and like Katie, like her laugh, and she just says this funny stuff sometimes, and I'm like dying listening to it. And I just feel like we're such a dynamic, and I'm really grateful for you.
Oh, I'm grateful for you too. I'll be mushy for a moment. I'm grateful for you
Yeah.
too.
Aw.
No, you're awesome. How many years of friendship now then?
It will be in 2020. It will be 6 years.
How many hours?
Too many.
Too
Just
many.
kidding.
Well, yeah,
How many arguments?
Too many.
We've been pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, we don't even argue anymore.
But in school, we used to argue all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time, and then I'd sit on your lap.
Oh, would you?
Yeah, whatever we made up.
Made up?
Like, not made out.
Oh.
Made up.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't remember this.
yeah, it is kind of like a journal because
Yeah.
think of all the different like things that we've done and places we've recorded.
Yeah, and I'm proud of us over the last year of like how much we've grown. I feel like even as people.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Merry Christmas, Ryan.
Merry Christmas to you too. And we have a what? I get so excited.
I know you do. It's really cute.
Aww.
You're just getting like
oh, like a little baby.
Yeah, no, not like a little baby. That's creepy. But
what?
So yeah,
there's that laugh.
My
we have a podcast to get to, by the way.
Right.
No. But what were you gonna say? My
Christmases used to be like surrounded by a lot more family when we'd go to England, and my grandparents were still alive.
And how was that? Like every year you'd go to England?
For the most part,
Until
yeah.
what age?
I don't know. Till probably like 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, really?
But I also had a lot of Christmases at home. It was just, or we'd go to Ottawa to see like my mom's side of the family.
Okay.
But now we've stayed back this year. You know, I just want to be like just at home and you know. But okay, podcast time.
Yeah, and just one more thing to the listeners is, I know we kind of already mentioned this about like the holiday times, but it does mean a lot that you're listening around this time, and if we can be that light for you, the Christmas lights, or I don't know, is that the right word? Like
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't either, and I thought maybe you would know.
No, like
I just mean like hopefully that we can be a shining moment. Like
you want us to be a shining moment.
Like I want them to feel like we're sitting around the Christmas tree with them. Is that weird? Or like the menorah or whatever we're celebrating, that we're there with them. No?
Yeah. I don't think we're that important to these people. That like
these people, our listeners.
We're beside them under their Christmas tree. Like I get
their Christmas tree.
I get
Hi, I'm Ryan.
Yeah. We're your shining lights. No, I do understand what you mean. You're a nice person.
Yeah, we're like over 10 minutes into this and we still haven't even told them what we're talking about today.
Oh, so what are we talking about today, Ryan?
We're talking, on the idea of the holidays and thinking about our childhood, how we grew up as children compared to children now, because in the day and age that we're living now is everything's about technology, and I think there are a lot of benefits, but a lot of people view the children as today as if they're going to be antisocial moving forward. So I want to talk about that and discuss our thoughts on this.
Well, the big one obviously is going to be the conversation about kids with technology,
like tablets.
Yeah.
I
have a few girlfriends that are my age with young kids, and I have to say, and I'm not even being biased, they're very good with limiting the technology.
Yeah.
They like make a point, we'll go out for food a lot or whatever, they make a point of asking the server or whomever, do you have coloring? And stuff like that, which I really, really like. I do understand that if I give this kid an iPhone and they can play, I can have this serious conversation with my friend, or I can get some certain things done. But then you see it used in excess, where having worked in hospitality, I have seen like kids with earphones in on their iPads, and like the parents will order their dinner for them, whether kids are staring.
Yeah.
That's like,
yeah.
No. If you have like a screaming little kid or whatever, and you just want to have this dinner, so you give them something to distract them.
Yeah.
And then there's just you don't even have to be accountable to order your dinner.
That's a good point. Yeah, and it's like, where's that interaction with the child and being out and being polite to a stranger? Like in that setting, who's your server?
Now, like, get that, like, iPad out of your face.
Or
That's
tablet.
ridiculous. Or tablet or whatever.
Yeah, and it's because you'll see that in grocery stores even, where the kid will start having a tantrum and the parent maybe will like hand them a tablet to watch their show on. So I think there's a little bit of, I think you gotta have both. And this comes up a lot of times when I talk to the older generation, and they feel as though this generation is screwed.
Oh,
that
yeah.
they're not going to make eye contact with people. And I like to point out that our generation, millennials, we also had devices in front of us, like Game Boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
When we would go on trips, like a lot of cars would have the DVD system, and you'd watch a movie on the screens with headphones for a 3-hour trip. What's the difference between watching that, the in-car system, compared to tablets and watching the shows or the movies on that?
Well, it's just so much more of it now, and it's so accessible.
That's a good point.
When we were growing up, technology went from it just kept increasing at such fast rates. I mean, at one point you'd have these big clunky computers, and then all of a sudden there was flat screens, and there was just computers just skyrocketed. I think a lot of that would have to do with Apple, and cell phones kept changing and getting smaller and thinner and flipping and going to the side.
Yeah.
And now they're basically, like, for the most part, Samsungs, like Androids and iPhones. Now everything's kind of almost like leveled out.
And their cameras too, right?
Yeah.
Like they're everything in one device.
And
They're a
that was the thing.
computer.
We started getting cameras, and they would change. They go from small to big, and everything. It was just constantly changing.
Yeah, you're right.
Whereas now it's just basically like you have a laptop and you have like a cell phone, and people are just always on them.
Yeah.
And also, I don't work with kids, so I can't necessarily say what goes on in a playground at recess because I'm not a teacher or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I can imagine there's a lot less imagination. I mean, I remember.
I hope not.
too.
I hope not.
But kids have these things now where, why you can just sit at recess in Instagram and everyone's on their phones. Whereas I remember like recess was, and you do too, and so do all of our listeners that are roughly our age. Like recess was playtime and cops and robbers and
it's true.
Jump the stones and skipping and now a lot of it, I'm sure,
making snowmen, or making snow people,
absolutely,
making forts.
And I remember sometimes we'd bring a camera in, like, you get the 25 and you have to turn it. Every
the disposable camera.
Yeah, disposable. Every once in a while, disposable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every once in a while, someone would bring one of those in, so you'd have like so much fun with like 25 shots.
Yeah.
And that was like it for months or whatever.
Oh,
now everybody's got a phone.
Yeah.
So everything you're doing,
and you can see in the moment what you took.
Yeah.
That was fun about disposable cameras, is that you had no idea what you just took.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you develop it, and you have months of memories.
Yeah. Months of memories. I love your little quotes. But so I don't know, but that's always going to be the kind of argument that older generations are having with younger, like, you kids are always on your damn phones.
Well, I pointed this out, I'm pretty sure, in another episode. Sorry, we have like 30 plus episodes now, so like sometimes we'll repeat ourselves. But and your dad and I were talking about this when we were recording one day in your home, is that everyone's always like, well, on the subway or on public transit, you see everyone on their phones the whole time. I've seen a photo where everyone's on one bus and they're all reading the newspaper.
I had this conversation with...
What's the difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I had this exact conversation a couple weeks ago with one of my friends. And he said, I get where you're coming from. People were distracted then.
Yeah.
But newspapers end. You read it, and then it's over. And then you put it down.
And then you just turn to the person next to you and start talking to them?
I'm not saying necessarily that, but it had an end time. And like,
no, it's a good point.
Whereas phones, they have no end unless like they die. And also, like TV, like people years ago when you only have like a few channels, maybe your family would get together to watch the nightly news, and then that would end. Whereas now you can just like, Netflix will ask you after a couple hours, are you still here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I am.
So, but you know what? Technology isn't going anywhere, so we can keep hating on it. But I just find we need to find a better and more effective way of channeling how we approach technology and teaching, and maybe in school, just having self-awareness of when to stop.
Yeah, and this is the thing, is I definitely do not think that, in my opinion, that parents should just cut off their children from technology completely, because you're almost holding them back in a world that's continuing to rely on technology. A lot of the jobs are probably going to rely on technology in some way, right? So I think it's important to involve technology with your kids, but I also think it's important to have that outside play like we've talked about, and have that time where, you know what, no, we're not having devices at the table at dinner.
Absolutely
we're gonna have
not.
a conversation.
Absolutely not, especially if you're in your own home. Like, I understand if your 2-year-old is screaming and you're in a restaurant, it's like, this is brutal. But like, no phones at the table. And if we're getting together and watching a movie, put your phone down. We're not watching Instagram with a movie in the background.
For this time, for this hour and a half, you can go without your phone.
Absolutely.
We're together as a family, so it's not like you're worried about an emergency that's happening, right? Like,
I've always said
you're
this,
with your
that
family.
we were the generation that grew up with both. That grew up with, you know, going to bed, like going home when the streetlights came on.
Yeah.
Plus an abundant amount of technology. And I feel like our parents grew up with overnight technology just being a thing.
That's a really good point.
And it was just, they also wanted to learn these things and introduce these things. Oh my God, you can have this little computer in your pocket.
Yeah.
But we grew up with building snowmen and stuff. So I have hope that our generation will try to go back to how it used to be. Obviously, with the cell phones and everything, because that's not going to change. But hey, let's raise our kids on how we were raised, because how kids are being raised right now, it's sad. Like, I mean, why does little Timmy have his headphones on? Why do people drive with headphones?
That's weird, and I'm pretty sure it's probably illegal.
It is. Well, it's definitely illegal.
Like, that's ridiculous.
I don't understand it, though, because if it's plugged into something, that means you probably have, like, a phone. Like, you probably listen to music, so just get the software to play it through your car.
Yeah, like, even I had a car at one point that just had the cassette player. And maybe it had a CD player too, but like, as far as like connecting your phone, there was actually an adapter that went from your cassette into a headphone jack. And it's like, because then it was playing your music through the cassette somehow off of your phone. So you can do that. There's also like devices where you can have a little Bluetooth device that makes one of the local radio stations that isn't airing anything become like your music, like it broadcasts it to that channel. So there's so many ways to do it. Like, why are you listening? It's I feel like it's not safe.
Well, it's not safe, and it is illegal.
Yeah, so don't do that. If any of us, our listeners, do that out there, don't do that.
Okay, back to Christmas.
So yeah, like, even growing up, one of the things that you mentioned was how kids now can look up, if they have any doubts about Santa, they can look it up on Google and try to find things.
Well, yeah, I mean, now curiosity killed the cat. Is that the right expression? Now kids don't have to wonder as much. There doesn't have to be as much faith. There's Google.
Yeah, but you know what though, Katie, when you mentioned this, we still use the internet when I was a kid, and I remember there's even a tracker. Do you remember that? You could track Santa.
Yeah, I remember.
And they probably still have it.
They do still have that.
And you could see, like, he was in, like, Australia when it was, like, you know, our morning before, like, Christmas Eve, and he was already dropping off gifts in Australia, right? So, like, I feel like the internet was around when we were younger, too. I think that it goes down to the fact of, if kids are younger anyways, you kind of should be monitoring probably their internet use until they're probably 13.
Oh, that's another tricky one.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about it.
Well, neither of us have children, so it's too hard to say, but when do you give them privacy?
Yeah.
Do you say privacy or privacy?
Privacy.
I hate when people say privacy.
I don't even know if I know anyone like that. That'd be someone that would invite you to their mansion for tea or something.
Oh, if you could give me some privacy.
You can give me some privacy. Anyways.
You are so bad at accents.
Am I?
Yeah, you're really not good at accents.
Privacy? No? My accents are all over the place.
Yeah.
Like it will start as one accent and then it will go into the other accent. And
is that French?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, do your best fucking Cockney.
My best accent from London.
You sound like you're from London.
London?
Okay. Oh God.
Okay.
Actually, I've been told I should do voice work.
I think I told you that, didn't I?
I don't know, probably.
Or like, remember one of my friends said that he loved your voice. He's like, I don't know if this is weird, but I actually love Katie's voice. And I was like, yeah, I feel like she should do voice work. And I'm pretty sure he agreed.
Well, I think you should. The best right now, but.
No, but I really think you could.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, you get it all ready for me.
I'm your agent all of a sudden. Get 15%.
Exactly.
20%.
5%.
25%.
5%.
Oh. No.
So,
yeah, let's talk about this, because there's so many restrictions you can set on a lot of these devices. There's even restrictions that you can set once they go over a certain amount of time. I think that they can't use certain apps anymore.
Oh, that's very interesting because then you can really limit how much Timmy uses.
Yeah. Or like Wi-Fi limits. Have you heard about this?
No.
Like I'm pretty sure you can set it so that like the Wi-Fi turns off during like dinner time and stuff.
Ooh, that's very smart.
Yeah, and like it'd be a tablet that maybe doesn't have cell access. So if they don't have Wi-Fi, what can they really do? And it just turns off for that hour and you're at the dinner table.
It's a long dinner.
I personally think that I personally feel as though once someone turns like your kid turns like 13, then you should give them their privacy. I feel like on the internet. I think 13.
I agree with you.
They're going through puberty and stuff. Let them have their privacy.
I know it's just so risky.
Yeah, but I think at 13, like I think we're not giving enough credit. When we were 13, we probably knew what we were doing. Oh
my God, of course. But you're just kind of getting ready to enter high school. Yeah. Hormones. Yeah. Curiosity.
Well, let them figure it out. I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
But I think below that, though.
Are we talking about our non-existent children right now?
Yeah, we're talking. Are we acting like we're parents
Little
together?
Timmy will be fine.
And
you're
it's
right.
funny, like we're parents together, like talking about it. Like, what should we do?
Yeah.
I think parents got to be on the same page with that stuff.
I think that's a big problem. Most parents aren't.
I give my parents credit for like they were always on the same page with stuff.
Shout out.
Shout out.
So Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
This went all over the place, but you know what? That's
us.
That's us.
That's us. And maybe we had a little bit of eggnog before.
Oh.
No, we didn't. You like that?
I love eggnog.
Really?
But really small portions.
Doesn't it have alcohol in it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I had it once at a party. It wasn't even that bad. It's like a milk shot.
Yeah,
isn't it?
It's good. I couldn't drink like a whole pint of it or something, but
a whole pint. I hope not.
So New Year's is around the corner.
Yeah, we won't see you until I guess 2020.
Well, we never see you, but we won't. You won't hear from us.
That sounds even worse. You won't hear from us until next year.
Until 2020. Can you believe it?
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, well, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
And have a happy and a healthy New Year.
And just know that we love you and we wish you all the best.
And we want to be your beaming light under your Christmas tree.
Aw, that's cute.
That was your line from before.
Was it?
Yeah.
I said we want to be their light.
Yeah, under the Christmas tree.
Oh, okay.
With them.
Sitting under the Christmas tree.
Okay.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.